Serge Gnabry was the one that got away. His first goal versus Swansea in 2013 was meant to be the first of many, but a couple injuries and a failed loan spell later, Gnabry took his services to the Bundesliga and hasn't looked back since. Now he's a world-class player in the peak of his powers at 26. He's only got 1 year left on his Bayern contract and looks set to leave. So let's find out today if the Gunners are set to enter the fray. What's Fabrizio Romano confirmed about William Saliba? Will Arsenal complete a double swoop from Man City? And let's also get the latest on Arsenal's midfield targets. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Bowers14. Welcome back to your boys channel. I hope you guys are doing amazing. As per, don't forget to smash a like on the video if you enjoy, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and help your boy as we close into 90,000 subscribers. But let's get into that Arsenal transfer news and starting off with Arsenal's winger dilemma. You see, to truly understand the wingers that Arsenal can sign and hopefully will sign, it's very important to understand firstly the players that Arsenal are going to sell. As according to Foot Mercato, Arsenal have lost patience with Nicolas Pepe. The player has been proposed to several clubs, starting with PSG. Although Ousmane Dembele is their priority, Luis Campos, who brought Pepe to Lille, is attentive to the situation. That £72 million that we paid, it wasn't quite worth it, and it's time to cut our losses. So the fact that they're offering Pepe out is no surprise, especially after the player confirmed that he's changed his agents. Pepe is definitely going to leave Arsenal this summer. I think the Serie A is more likely, but with Arsenal letting go of Pepe, selling or loaning, he's going to leave the club and he's going to open up a space. And on that, Arsenal have been active in the winger markets, as they have closed in the signing of Marquinhos, a 19-year-old from Brazil. But on that transfer, according to George Nicola, Wolves have hired a law firm in Brazil to start a formal process and plan to present a legal complaint against Sao Paulo forward Marquinhos in the coming days, claiming that the player has signed a pre-contract with them and broke the agreed deal by signing with Arsenal. Now, Marquinhos' contract was set to expire, but Arsenal of course paid £3 million to Sao Paulo in the idea that in the future, when those guys get players coming through the academy, that Arsenal would have first dibs. But in terms of the transfer, Nicola confirms the legal action is only towards Marquinhos and not Sao Paulo. However, the Brazilian clubs say the deal is going forward, as Arsenal have given the legal guarantees about the signing. Marquinhos has already completed his medical and will be announced in the coming days. To be quite honest, I think this transfer is signed, sealed and delivered, and Marquinhos will be an Arsenal player. He won't be involved in the first team, but he might be given a chance in pre-season. But in terms of Wolves, they want to have legal action, so let's see what happens in this transfer. But Marquinhos isn't going to be the direct replacement for Nicolas Pepe, neither is Reece Nelson or a young player like Omari Hutchinson. Arsenal need experience. Arsenal need a level raiser. They require a player the caliber that can enter this Arsenal team straight away, demand respect, and take this Arsenal team to a brand new level. But as confirmed to you guys in my last video, the reliable build have confirmed that Arsenal have genuine interest to bring back Serge Gnabry. I myself am a bit skeptical, but today we have had a massive development, as Bayern Munich, the selling club, are closing into the signing of Sadio Mane according to L'Equipe, who is set to leave Liverpool and is close to agreeing personal terms on a €30 million deal. Sadio Mane is a winger striker very much like Serge Gnabry, with Gnabry having 1 year left on his contract and making it pretty clear unless Bayern give him the wages that he wants, he's gonna leave. Potentially signing a player like Sadio Mane confirms that Gnabry is going to leave and be available. But how much money are we talking? Well, according to Bill, they confirm the Bayern's asking price for Serge Gnabry this summer is around €40 million. €40 million, £35 million for Serge Gnabry, who is 26 years of age, a proven world-class player, will provide Arsenal with that level-raising experience, that world-class player to come into the team and potentially propel us to the Champions League. And Arsenal certainly have the finances. Not only is £35 million cheap change for the player the caliber of Gnabry, but the main issue of why he's leaving Bayern is because he doesn't feel valued and he wants more wages. And Arsenal have worked so hard to get rid of Aubameyang, Ozil, Lacazette and those massive wages off the wage book. We are now in a financial position to give a player like Gnabry a blockbuster contract and potentially lure him to the Emirates Stadium. But my friends, there is one big fat Spanish problem, and that is the team that plays in the Bernabeu, the team that is in the Champions League final, that is Real Madrid. Having not signed Kylian Mbappe, reports claim they also have interest in Serge Gnabry. I know your boy always makes the case that Arsenal are a gargantuan institution, and I'm not going to change that. Real Madrid are Real Madrid, and if they come calling, they can afford it, they can attract him, and I don't see Arsenal signing him. But saying that, if Real Madrid don't go in for Serge Gnabry, realistically, where else would Serge Gnabry go and get those high wages that Arsenal can certainly offer? I am not saying this is going to happen. I am still very skeptical over it, but Arsenal wants a brand new winger. Pepe is set to leave Arsenal. That's extra wages off the wage book. Arsenal have the finances, and according to Build, Gnabry can see a return to the Emirates. The scene has been set, my friends, so talk to me down below in the comments, and do you think it's realistic for Arsenal to sign Serge Gnabry? But talking about forwards, let's talk Gabriel Jesus. As his agent tells Freddie Paxson, at the moment we're understanding all of the projects on offer, so right now it isn't the time to say anything. Things will advance after his time with the national team. So the agent of Gabriel Jesus keeping all the cards close to his chest, as totally understandable. The player is now set to be on international duties with Brazil, so with that being the case, I don't think this transfer is imminent or close to being announced. Arsenal have made it pretty clear, and according to Fabrizio Romano, have prepared their opening offer around 40 million euros. But on top of that, reports have also claimed that Jesus liked Mikel Arteta and wants to reunite. They're set to give Eddie Nketiah a brand new bumper contract, and I'm not saying Nketiah is better, but profile wise, Nketiah does match up pretty similar to a Gabriel Jesus, who, don't get it twisted, can be a top player in my opinion, but Jesus isn't a goal scoring machine, or hasn't shown that at least so far in his career, to come to Arsenal and provide us that 20 goal a season striker that we so badly require. Therefore, I have seen quite a few Arsenal fans make a pretty solid case. If we're going to keep Nketiah and give him the massive wages, then why not relocate the rest of our funds on a big centre forward like a Victor Osimhen, who not only is a far more prolific goal scorer, but is also that type of physical profile that for me Arsenal need. So I guess my question to you guys is, do you think Arsenal require Gabriel Jesus? We're talking about Man City players. The Daily Mail claimed that Arsenal are considering a double swoop from Manchester City, as Mikel Arteta already wants Gabriel Jesus, but the Daily Mail also understand he holds an interest in Alexander Zinchenko. Alexander Zinchenko, RKO, most certainly out of nowhere, a left back who is a midfielder and has thrived at Man City, won plenty of league titles, and is your typical perfect inverted left back, and certainly the profile that Arteta has been looking to target. But according to the same source, Zinchenko is viewed as primarily an asset to bolster Arsenal's midfield, who could be utilised as a left back when required. During his spell as Guardiola's assistant, Arteta enjoyed a very good relationship with both Zinchenko and Jesus. So a pretty reliable source confirms that Arsenal are looking at Zinchenko as a midfield option. Now that has caught many Arsenal fans by surprise, but the fact that Zinchenko has a history of playing as a midfielder, and it was the reason why Man City signed the player from Shakhtar in the first place. But just like Gabriel Jesus, having worked with Zinchenko, he also understands the Man City way. That's not just winning titles, but the experience of being in top situations. He's a player that is now 25 years of age, and this is the most important part. Zinchenko is on just £20,000 a week. Now that contract there is less than Nuno Tavares, so if Arsenal want to sign Zinchenko and give him a lucrative contract, maybe, just maybe, it lures him to the Emirates Stadium. But talking about left backs, according to Gazzetta dello Sport, both Arsenal and West Ham have made official offers to Bologna left back Aaron Hickey. Arsenal's bid is believed to be around 25 million euros, with West Ham's thought to be a little less. According to many reports in Italy, Arsenal remain the favourite to sign Aaron Hickey, but so many other Premier League clubs are also joining the race. It's not just West Ham, but the likes of Brentford and Leicester also have interest. And ultimately, I understand why. Aaron Hickey is one of the most exciting left back prospects in the world football. 19 years of age, he made the most appearances out of any teenager in Europe last season, and as we have spoken about on this channel on numerous occasions, he's ambidextrous, left foot, right foot, just like Takehiro Tomiyasu. And having made that Tomiyasu signing from Bologna last summer, Edu Gaspar clearly has existing contacts there and could make a transfer happen. Moving on though, let's talk the future of William Saliba. The twist and turns, Arsenal fans moving left to right. Is he gonna stay? Is he gonna go? Marseille have got the Champions League. He's a French international that wants to play regular first team minutes, but after Mikel Arteta's massive interview with RMC Sports, where he confirmed that he wants Saliba to return, enter the fray Fabrizio Romano, who confirms that Arsenal's plan for William Saliba has not changed. He's considered an important part for the present and the future. Both Arteta and Edu want him as a part of the team team for next season. There will be a conversation on a potential new contract very soon, and it is now up to William Saliba. Arsenal are looking to give Saliba a brand new contract. That is music to my ears, because that is the one thing that completely eliminates any chance of Saliba leaving. His current contract expires in 2024, meaning he has 2 years left on it. But in the process, we're also locking down one of, if not the best young centre-back prospect in world football as things stands. League 1 team of the season, League 1 young player of the year. He's followed in the footsteps of Tchouaméni and Kylian Mbappe. Saliba in many ways is the real deal, so at 21 years of age, sign him to that brand new contract. It makes so much sense. Moving on to the midfield, according to Charlie Parker Turner of the Mirror, Lens midfielder Cheick Doucouré is attracting plenty of interest from the Premier League sides, with Arsenal among the interested parties. The Mirror Football understands that Doucouré is set to leave Lens this summer for the Premier League. Cheick Doucouré is a player that is 22 years of age, a Mali international, and has thrived in League 1 this season. He is a midfielder that can play box to box, but more importantly as a defensive midfielder. And in that midfield, while there are obvious areas to improve upon and upgrade upon, as that number 6 when Thomas Partey is fit and available, we don't quite require an upgrade there. Therefore, I think these reports that are linking us to Doucouré is more for a Thomas Partey backup, a player that is of a decent age profile that at £15 million wouldn't be too expensive. It gives Arsenal a much needed extra option in midfield. But when you also have players like Yves Bissouma, who only has 1 year left on his Brighton contract and is set to be available, let's keep an eye on the defensive midfield. But keeping it in League 1, according to RMC Sports, Lyon would be willing to sell Houssem Aouar this summer, with Monaco, Marseille, Real Betis and some English clubs all being interested in the player, who is valued at a grand total of £13 million. This is a player that only 2 years ago was £40 to £50 million. Arsenal had a deal agreed, and as reports have recently confirmed, it was the agent of Houssem Aouar that scuppered that deal, as he asked for a £10 million signing on bonus, which Arsenal quite obviously were not willing to pay. And since then, quite honestly, Aouar hasn't quite excelled to a next level and has been alright, but nothing special. But here's the most important part: he's also recently changed his agency. I mean, at this stage, he might just become Arsenal's Julian Draxler, Jan Villa, and players that Arsenal always get linked to but never end up signing. For the price tag of just £13 million, do you guys think it's time Arsenal bring the Aouar to Arsenal prophecy to reality? Let's move on to the other Arsenal news today. Liverpool's Andy Robertson says, "I've taken more confidence from games where I've not had goal involvements. For instance, Arsenal away is always the one I go to. I know how good Bukayo Saka can be, and in that game I know that I managed to keep him quiet. That was not a big factor in us winning, but a big factor in Arsenal not winning, because he is the one who sets the tone for Arsenal. He is so direct, creates chances, and I know in that game I managed to keep him quiet." See, Arsenal fans have known for quite a while that Bukayo Saka is our guy, our main guy, and in the attack he's Arsenal's go-to player to give him the ball to provide that moment of magic, which not only is mad pressure on a 20-year-old, but now you've also got confirmation from one of the best left-backs in the world and the best teams in the world that Bukayo Saka is the player they know they have to target. Now yes, you have Martinelli and Smith Rowe on the other side, and they are very good players, but if you can now add the experienced world-class player on the other side, hypothetically speaking, a player like a Serge Gnabry, and then a top centre forward down the middle. We've already seen it with Spurs, and when you have a top front three, it can get you into the Champions League. And that can only be further shown by Arsenal's expected goals for the season, as Bukayo Saka ranks as the highest player with 11.6 XG with 11 goals. It just makes it even more abundantly clear of why Arsenal require that goal-scoring machine going forwards. But as always, I'd like to defer to you guys down below in the comments. Who do you guys think is that player that Arsenal need to sign to provide us with a goal-scoring machine going into next season? But that is the video there, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, make sure to go down there to smash a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, follow your boy on all of those social medias if you would like. The links will be down below in the description. But that was all of today's latest Arsenal transfer news and the Arsenal news. I hope you guys have been informed, and Serge Gnabry, the Arsenal fans are dreaming, but as a famous man once said, it's the hope that kills you as an Arsenal fan. Will it happen? We're gonna have to wait and see. Until then, take care of yourselves, and in a bit.